Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to GFW Global Force Wrestling Impact Wrestling, actually. Um, Victory Road 2017 of September, September 28th of 2017. I know I'm a little bit behind. There's an extra episode that I need to review, which I will get taken care of by at least Tuesday. Mark my words on that. I'm gonna start getting things taken care of here. I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again, but I'm not leaving you guys out in the cold. I know I've been busy with shit, and I've been just nonstop with everything else in between. But no excuses here. I am doing this review for you guys. I told you I was going to, and I'm gonna. So, giving you guys the overall perspective of this Victory Road 2017 Impact Wrestling episode, I actually have to say this was a well put together show. Less talking, a lot of action, good in ring work. Audience was very into it, and it was a very much well put together show. Not too many complaints. Uh, it had its moments of boredom, but that's Impact Wrestling for you. Same thing with WWE. There's nonstop boredom. They don't give you anything interesting to watch. It's just the same shit over and over again. So that's why I'm doing something different. I'm trying to get different wrestling reviews in here and stuff like that, and also not to mention NXT, which is really good, despite the fact this past week's episode wasn't all that great, in my opinion. I don't know about others, but the main event of that show was just the only thing worth watching. So let's get into things. The X Division title start the show off. It was with Trevor Lee versus Petey Williams. I was a bit surprised by this. I thought maybe Petey Williams would walk out as the new X Division champion. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Regardless of all of that, there was really good action in this match, and there was a little bit of heel-like tactics in this match for Trevor Lee to walk away as champion. But at the end of the day, the action was fantastic. People enjoyed it, and as me, the viewer, I enjoyed watching it. It was the least best match on the card. Even though it was good, it wasn't the best. I give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. The six women's tag team match with Sienna, Taryn Terrell, and Taya versus Ali, Gail Kim, and Rosemary. Didn't really care to watch that. Sienna, Taryn Terrell, and Taya won this match. Didn't watch it. Can't give you a review on it. GFW tag team titles with LAX, the tag team champions, against OVE, Ohio versus Everything, Dave Christ and Jack Christ, defeated LAX. This was a shocker. They had Jim Cornette on each major match give his prediction who he thinks is going to win. Gave very good in detail and feelings and opinions about each wrestler for each match. So I was actually rather impressed with those segments. I thought they were noteworthy putting into the show, and it gave people a lot more, kind of give you an authentic sporting feel to it, as if he was a critic or sports analyzer in wrestling, which Jim Cornette technically is. But he was actually really good in these segments, and I actually enjoyed watching them as the show went on. So it was really worth everybody's time to watch this. This match was probably by far the best match out of the whole entire card. I mean, the GFW World Title match that I'll get into in just a few moments was a pretty, tick for tat in excitement. I mean, it was back and forth in which one was better. They were very close in which was the better match and what stole the show. Because both of these matches were actually very well put. Good action overall. Everything in this match was worth watching. And I mean, I'm impressed with OVE. I think they are a very good tag team. And LAX just, they lost the match. They tried everything they could, but they just lost. And the way they lost was in a great way. They didn't look bad when they lost. They didn't look like weak competitors against their adversaries. They just happen to lose a match. That's all it is. It's just they're human. They lose matches, they win matches. It's just the way it is. They didn't look like a weak tag team. They just happened to lose to another tag team that had the upper hand on them going into this event. Do I see them maybe winning the tag team titles back from OVE at Bound for Glory on November 5th? Probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're a new tag team. They're not exactly what you call super impressive. I mean, they're young and they happen to get be the better team in that match. So overall, this match was a 4 out of 5 stars. Very impressed with this match, and I was shocked at how well this match went. Really, to be quite frank with you, I was shocked by the whole entire show. Um, they're really putting together good enough quality matches for me to buy into the characters, and I think that's a good thing. Um, yeah, they cheat a lot with the heels, but WWE should start doing that too. I mean, heels should be cheaters. They shouldn't lose to the good guy all the time. And it seems like Vince McMahon has his show in a fairy tale land, unlike what he used to do back in the day. TNA, GFW, whatever you want to call them now, actually stick to what is the proper thing to do in most cases. Most good guys that work hard are honest people have to work harder than the guy who's the cutthroat white collar guy who stabs people in the back on their way to the top. So that's just the way it is. And I was impressed with this match overall, and I have nothing else bad to. I have no bad to say about this match, and that's all I can say about that. Now, Eli Drake versus Johnny Impact. I believe this match is going to end up being a rematch at Bound for Glory. This is definitely a rematch that needs to happen. This match shouldn't even have happened on a live broadcast television for free. This should have been on their big pay-per-view between these two guys. These two guys are the top-notch guys right now in TNA. They're the only guys being hyped as the top two guys as world champion material. So, personally, good job by GFW to give these two guys 25 plus minutes. This match was worth 25 minutes. This match was back and forth. It was exciting. The ending was unbelievable. Eli Drake shoves the referee into the turnbuckles. Johnny Impact, he leaps off, or John Morrison, as we all know him from WWE, leaps off the top rope so he couldn't land on his testicles, and unfortunately he gets a kick to the groin as he's coming down. And then the finisher performed by Eli Drake to get the win. Very impressive match. This match, though, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, simply because of the fact it did have its moments within the match that was kind of slow, kind of boring. But that's the way Eli Drake's character does the matches. He slows the match down. The slower the match, the better Eli Drake performs. The faster the match goes, in John Morrison's case, because he's more of a high-tempo type wrestler, it's going to go in his favor, and he's going to beat Eli Drake. So the way they had this, very logical, very well put together. It made a ton of sense wrestling-wise, and everything else in between. Yes, there was cheating involved. Yes, the referee got knocked out. Chris Adonis went ahead and freaking tried to interfere in the match. He even pulled the referee out, which later got him disqualified and removed from the match. Not saying that the match was a disqualification, but he was removed from the match itself. Um, there was all kinds of things that came through here that made you think maybe John Morrison was going to walk out as the new GFW World Champion. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. That's why this match needs to reoccur on Bound for Glory on November 5th. If it is not, I'll be very disappointed. I think this match deserves a rematch. This match had a very unclean victory by Eli Drake. And if they're gonna want him to stay as champion through Bound for Glory, they should have him win cleanly. And that's what they should do. No doubts, no nothing. They should just leave it where Eli Drake wins. If they want to keep him as champion and John Morrison, they don't want to have John Morrison win the title. Now, if they do, of course, you just go with what what helped bring them to this match at Bound for Glory. John Morrison wins. That's it. Simple as that. Very simple booking. Very, logical. And I enjoyed watching every second of every match outside of the women's match because I did not give a flying fuck about it. But regardless of all that, this show was well put together. I have no complaints whatsoever. I highly recommend watching it if you care about watching other wrestling besides WWE. I mean, give it a chance, give it a shot. It is worth your time. The X Division did some pretty cool moves in this match. The tag team was like watching an NXT tag team match that we've seen with the DIYs and the Enzo Amore and Big Cass against the Revival and so on and so forth. So, quite frank with you guys, if you want to see good tag team wrestling, this definitely reflects that in this championship match here at GFW Impact Wrestling for September 30th of 2017. No, September 28th. September 28th. I'm sorry, guys. September 28th of 2017. So, yeah, this definitely was a fucking awesome show. Definitely recommend catching it. Again, September 28th, 2017, Impact Wrestling Victory Road 2017. That's my review. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments and opinions down below. Hit the like button if you like the video, and also hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be back at some point. I definitely am going to be doing that Hell in a Cell pay-per-view for you guys Sunday night. So definitely catch that when I upload it. Thank you very much for watching again. Hope you have a great night.